Welcome to the Workshop Corrosion channel. My name is احتشام زاده. I'm a researcher in the field of corrosion and protection of materials. Chapter 10, Section 7. Corrosion Management. Resource Management. The reference is Corrosion Management System Framework and Guidance from NACE International. What's a corrosion management system? A corrosion management program, sometimes called Corrosion Management System (CMS), is the documented set of processes and procedures required for planning, executing, and continually improving the ability of an organization to manage the threat of corrosion for existing and future assets and asset systems. Resource management can be divided into 4 sections. 1. Provision of resources. 2. Human resources. 3. Infrastructure. 4. Work environment. Provision of resources. The organization shall determine the resources required to develop, document, implement, manage, supervise the application of, and continually improve the CMS. Guidance. Those resource requirements may be met by providing a combination of organization staff and contracted supplemental staffing. Human resources. A. Training and competency. The organization is responsible for developing, documenting, implementing, managing, supervising, and continually improving a program that trains personnel to meet the requirements of the CMS and other applicable organization standards, specifications, and regulations in a safe and environmentally responsible manner. Applicable training and competency requirements shall be applied to both organization personnel and contractor supplier personnel responsible for the CMS system and for all life cycle stages with corrosion management activities, including design, procurement, manufacturing, fabrication, construction, operation, maintenance, or upgrade of assets. The training and results of competency testing shall be documented and retained according to organization or regulatory requirements. Guidance. Competency may be measured by organization-administered testing and/or job demonstration, external certification programs, or a combination of both. Consideration should be given to periodic retesting or recertification. Training and competency verification programs should be defined for the personnel performing work which may be employed by the organization, contractor, or supplier and should include 1. Determining the competency needs for critical job activities. 2. Determining the best mechanism for developing the competency, for example, a combination of classroom training, practice on mock-ups, and specified amount of on-the-job training under the supervision of a qualified individual. 3. Determining the most effective method for evaluating the competency and an acceptable assessment metric. 4. Determining a retraining and evaluation protocol for those who don't demonstrate adequate competence or who later demonstrate unacceptable work quality after having been judged to be competent. 5. Setting appropriate levels of differentiation between training and evaluation requirements for experienced employees and contractors compared to the needs of new employees with developing skills or employees in new positions. 6. Identifying mechanisms for supplemental or revised training and evaluation to address changes in existing procedures or addition of new procedures. 7. Measuring the effectiveness of the training by comparing work performance to competency evaluation results. 8. Determining the need for periodic evaluation or auditing of work performance. 9. Setting training, evaluation, and auditing results documentation formats and requirements. Competence evaluations can take many forms. Examples include written examinations, oral examinations, demonstrations of competence, previous job experience, on-the-job evaluations by an expert in the task, the results of previous evaluations, or a combination thereof. B. Contractor services. The organization shall develop, document, apply, and refine processes at specified intervals to verify that contractor services meet or exceed the requirements of the CMS. The same considerations should be applied to the qualification of any subcontractors used by the contractor. The contractor shall be responsible for verifying the subcontractor meets the requirements of the CMS. The organization shall define and document performance standards and communicate those to the contractor. The contractor and organization shall jointly define a suitable method and frequency of audits and performance monitoring and the manner in which the contractor will support the monitoring and assessment of contractor performance. 3. Infrastructure. The organization shall identify, provide, and maintain the infrastructure required to support the effective implementation of the CMS. Guidance. The infrastructure, which is either provided directly by the organization or a contractor, should include 1. Access to required power and water resources. 2. Project management, supervision, and supporting services workspaces, including related office technology. 3. Construction, testing, and inspection equipment and technology. 4. Space or facilities for other supporting services, if applicable, including temporary housing, food services, employee parking, etc. 4. Work environment. The organization shall identify and manage the environmental, human, organizational, and security factors of the project working conditions that could inhibit the ability to meet the requirements of the CMS. Guidance. Examples of pertinent factors include, but may not be limited to: 1. Work schedules, including consideration of likely commuting distances and availability of local food and housing resources. 2. Weather conditions, temperature, wind, and precipitation. 3. Naturally occurring environmental hazards, unstable slopes, susceptibility to flooding, poisonous vegetation, dangerous animals, etc. 4. Restrictive limitations on work activities, a result of endangered species, contentious landowners, or other considerations. 5. Labor management and reporting relationships. 6. Relationships between inspectors or auditors and the production supervision. 7. Ease of access to additional resources, including subject matter experts or other technical support, additional or replacement equipment, or additional labor. 8. Access to emergency response resources, medical, fire, hazardous material release, etc. 9. Security of asset, materials, and equipment against theft and damage. Challenge number 34. Thank you for your time and attention. If you like to challenge yourself, please answer this question in the comments below. In addition to maintaining records and documents, the organization shall store the information in an appropriate manner, that is, in a format that allows usability, reliability, authenticity, and preservation. What are the minimum considerations for documentation and records requirements?